This is my first time meeting the orchestra. It's actually not my first time in Prague. I've been here a couple of times with my orchestra from Nuremberg, but at the other hall, the Smetana Hall, and I have to say, I think the whole world is envious of Prague that you have two halls like this. This morning was my first rehearsal in the Rudolfinum, and it's a very beautiful sound. It's a very particular sound in the hall. And especially when you marry it with this instrument, the Czech Philharmonic, which is everything I had hoped it would be, because of course I've known the orchestra since I was a child from recordings, and since 15 years on YouTube as well. And I've looked forward to this day very much all the way through my career, to meeting the orchestra, and it fulfilled all my expectations. The orchestra has in its sound, like you get with the very best orchestras, it has a history in its sound. It's got a depth, like a really great red wine, you know? My relationship to the Beethoven symphonies and Weber, which we did today, is, as with, I think, all conductors and maybe all musicians, a very close one, a very intimate one. It's part of why we make music. It's one of the Bibles of music, this collection of works. And the Fourth Symphony, as with many young conductors, was, I think, the first, if not the second, of the symphonies that I ever learned and studied. So I feel like I know it very well. I'm very fortunate. I have three wonderful musical homes. I have the Nuremberg, where I have been since 2009, Ottawa, where I'm music director, and I just started there, but I've known the orchestra for a long time, and then the Royal Philharmonic in London, where I'm guest conductor. The principal associate conductor is my title. My work, of course, and my challenge, because I love both, but I can't live without one, is to find a way in Nuremberg, in Canada, and in London to introduce music which is less well known to our audiences, but that I believe in. And I'm very fortunate in all of those three homes of mine. We have a wonderful team that believe in the same vision. So finding a really healthy balance in, if you like, the diet of repertoire. It is, and always has been, very important to me that young people, in inverted commas, come to concerts, because I grew up with classical music, but I also grew up with soccer, and I grew up with physics and maths, and I grew up with clubbing, and I grew up with MTV, and I grew up with everything that everybody else grows up with. And I promise that in classical music, which stretches over 500 years. You know, it's not one thing, it's not Mozart, it's not Beethoven, it's not Schoenberg, it's everything you could wish for, it's a universe. But I promise that anybody who likes going to a club, anybody who likes soccer, will find the same things in music. You know, you have discipline, you have flair, you have imagination, you have teamwork, you have doors that open onto other worlds all the time, doors that lead you places. It's an incredible universe.